Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Relationship Sessions with Sissy. Thank you for tuning in today. We will be discussing relationships with yourself. In my previous videos, I stated that I feel like there are two essential relationships that you must have in order to have healthy outside relationships, and those relationships are with yourself and with Christ. So I'll be speaking on the one with yourself. Okay. The first thing I feel like you must do in order for you, while establishing that relationship, is make sure you love you. Make sure you love everything about you. Like, make sure you, no matter what you do, no matter what you see, you choose you, right? So I know that there are some relationships or experiences, past experiences, that may have kind of threw you off or set you back a bit and made you rethink some things, but don't allow that to make you fall out of love with you. Don't make their definition of how they feel about you or what they say define who you are. So make sure you're solid in you. Make sure you love you. Make sure you choose you. Yeah, you may bend a little bit, but you don't break, right? So get to that point to make sure, like, no matter what, I choose me. Like, I don't have to stay in this relationship. You don't talk to me that way. Like, I'm choosing me. Like, I love me. I know what I deserve. I know what I'm worthy of, right? So and that's not to say that you won't have, flaws or insecurities or whatever, because you will, which brings me to my next point. Make sure that you build on your confidence level, and make sure you have a solid infrastructure in you, right? So when I say that, I mean, like, there's some things that you are aware of. Like, you're aware that you have insecurities, you're aware that you have flaws, and because you're aware of that, you can improve in those areas. But you can't improve on something that you don't know exists. So if you're not aware that you have those flaws, or you're not aware that you have those particular insecurities, you can't work on those because you don't even know that's a thing, right? So when you're aware of that, when you know that that's something that I need to work on, then, or you can identify that, and then you can start working on that. You can understand that, okay, like, I'm not strong in this area, so let me just kind of work on that. And that's not to say that it's going to happen overnight. No, when you fix issues, like real issues that you're really trying to work on, like, that's a process. It takes time to do that, right? But nonetheless, that you realize that those are things that you need to work on. So just by you identifying that states a lot, or it says a lot, and then start working on that and improving on that from there. Likewise, I feel like with building solid infrastructure with you, I feel like that kind of starts with people around you. Like, having solid and good people around you, that hold you accountable. Like, even with not just having that relationship with yourself, but even with, like, career or whatever, like, or marriage or dating. Like, when you have good people around you that are solid and hold you accountable, ultimately when you have that accountability, or accountability partners or partner, then to me that's a return for success right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, accountability, you have, in order to become, like, successful, you have to have people that hold you accountable. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So I really feel that's a thing. But even with building a solid infrastructure and building your confidence level up, I do feel like, get to the point where you build, like, maybe read some books, stimulate your mind, make sure you're still in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like work on you to you're comfortable with you. You're content with you. Now, not saying stay at that level, because there's always something that you can work on or improve. But just get to the point where you don't need anybody else. Like, you don't need, not saying you don't need anybody else, but you don't need a man. Like, you don't, like, I have to stay in this relationship because in order for my rent to get paid. No, build yourself to the point where, I'm not going to be dependent on you for that. You know what I'm saying? So if something goes wrong, or it's something like you're abusing me, or I need to leave, then I can just do that, leave, right? So it's kind of like, you're whole, you're good. So when you come in, you're just adding to it, right? So it's kind of like a cheesecake, like you're adding, you have a cheesecake. You're the cheesecake, but you know you have he's the strawberry. But you can eat the cheesecake without the strawberry. But you adding that strawberry on top, it's just like this is a whole package right here. You know what I'm saying? And so you can don't rely solely on him to the point where you lose you or you can't move like you need to because somebody else be so confident and build you up to the point where I got me. You know, no matter what, regardless, I got me and I ain't got to be in something that I don't need to be in or don't want to be in. So that's that. So love yourself and build your confidence level and a solid infrastructure. And then the next thing I would say is know what you want, right? So like when you don't know what you want, that allows others to make that call for you. So like for me, I feel like I set short and long-term goals. For me, it just helps me. I have a target. I have something I'm aiming at. I have something that I can work towards. But when I don't have that, it's like I'm all over the place. You know what I mean? So like even in a relationship, it's just like I ask them, what are your short-term, what are your long-term goals? Because when you have a plan, when you have those goals in place, it tells me that you'll have a goal and you'll have a plan with me. You know, when you be like, well, I don't know. I mean, I ain't really thought about it. But so you ain't thought about where we gonna go? We just out here doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like when you have that in place, like I feel like that tells me what you can do with me, like what your intentions are with me, or what they could be, or even if you have an intention for me or a plan with me, I need to know that. And by you having short and long term goals, that kind of gives me that idea, or it tells me that you have plans for me, right? I think that was kind of it for that. But I think, like I said, that's the main thing. And to me, it's kind of like a quarterback in a football game, right? A quarterback in a football game. So your quarterback has his wide receivers or wide outs, right? He has people that he has targets that he needs to throw the ball to, right? But he's not going to throw to them if they're being well defended or if they're not getting open, or so he, you know what I'm saying? Like if they're no longer the target or they're no longer open, like he's not going to throw the ball to them. Same with my heart. Like I'm not going to give you my heart or let you hold my heart, and you know what I'm saying, when you're not open or when you're no longer the target. That just tells me that one, you'll fumble my heart, and two, it could possibly be intercepted. So like why would I trust that? So like I said, it's important to have a target. But if I don't have a target or he's not open, like I'm not going to go in that direction. Like that'll just be foolish of me, because in other words, he don't have plans. So that's just the kind of that's just kind of the comparison that I'm using, because I feel like either way it goes, you have to be a target for me to even know that you have my best interest at heart. Like you have to be open to receive my heart. And if you're not, why would I do that? Again, like you're just going to, I feel like something is going to happen. You're going to leave room for someone to fumble that or intercept that. So either way, I really feel like it's important for you to know exactly what it is that you want, or else that could be a destructive thing if you don't. I kind of ran off there, so I apologize. The next thing is understanding what you will and won't tolerate. So, you know, I kind of use my past experience for this, because I was abused mentally, physically, and you know, I'll have that in the book coming soon, so stay tuned. But so I kind of use this as experience. Like I know that I would not get in a relationship that I know that it's going to be abusive, whether mentally, physically. Like I'm not going to get in a relationship that make me feel less than or not worthy. Like like I'll be single before I do that. Like why would I built myself up a solid person loving me, and you think I'm finna let you come in and demean that? Not at all. So I mean, I've been through that, but a lot of times you have to go through things in order to know what you will and won't tolerate. And because I've been through that, I just know that that's one thing that I'm not going to tolerate. Like I'm not, like I know my worth. So you putting your hands on me, that's not part of the worth. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And there's other things that you may feel like when we're out in public, like if you're gonna be loud and start a confrontation in front of all these people, like, no, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna tolerate that. That's not acceptable, right? So making sure you know what you will and won't tolerate, like, because if you come into a relationship or even a job, like, and you allow someone to, and you don't say anything, or you're not strong or solid in what you believe or what you will and won't tolerate, they'll talk to you any kind of way, you just take it. So I mean, but when you know what you will and won't tolerate, then you have things in place for that. Like that's going to be an issue, I'm out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's very important. And the last thing that I would say is setting standards, parameters, and boundaries. Like, if you don't set standards or parameters or boundaries, then you leave that to other people to do for you. So like, if I don't set a standard, if I don't set particular parameters or boundaries, then the other person feel like they can do whatever they want to do, or other people can feel like they can do whatever they want to do, because you don't have nothing in place, right? So don't allow them to define that for you. It's your life. You have the ability to define that on your own. So don't allow someone to come in and determine that for you, right? So for an example, you may have a kid and you don't want your kid to see anybody you date. Like, so you may say, okay, I don't, we've been talking, but I don't want you to meet my kid until it's like 6 months in, or until I know that this is going to be something long term. You know what I'm saying? So set boundaries, set parameters, or even family members. Like, I don't want you to come around my family or meet my family until I know this is going to be something, this is going to be something forever, right? Or this is going to be something long term. Like, I don't want to be, family functions. I don't want to be bringing different dudes at family function every year. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not sure what's going to happen. But when you know who you are, when you know what you want, like, you don't have to wait. You know exactly. And sometimes there are some exceptions to that, because sometimes people grow apart or other things. But when you really know who you are and when you set those standards, and some people set standards, like, for an example, sexual intercourse. Like, you already know, like, I'm not having sex until after marriage. So no one should be coming to you trying to do anything, because you already, look, it's not gonna happen. Like, I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen. So either it's gonna work, or it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So when you set those type of boundaries, when you set those standards, you leave that up to the other person to make that option whether they'll stay around or not. But nonetheless, you have that in place, and it's important to stick to that, because when you don't stick to that, they take you for a joke. You know what I'm saying? They take, oh, she's just playing. So you want to make sure, once you set things in stone, or once you set particular boundaries and parameters, that you are solid in that. You are there's nothing that can break that, right? So a recap of some of the things I feel that are important that would be useful in establishing a relationship with yourself are: 1, loving yourself; 2, building your confidence level and a solid infrastructure within you; 3, make sure you know exactly what it is that you want; 4, make sure you know what it is that you will and won't tolerate; and 5, make sure that you set standards, parameters, and boundaries so that no one can come in and make it their own. No one can come in and set you or set your mind to do something that you don't want to do. You have these things in place, you have these things intact, and you're not swaying away from that. So I think that's all a part of building a relationship with yourself, because like I said, you have that time with yourself, you're building that relationship with yourself, so you can identify these things and know for sure my worth, know my level of confidence, know where I stand, know where I'm solid, know what I'm going, know how I move, know my destination. So all these things, I feel like it'll help you better prepare and have successful relationships at the end. All right. Thank you guys for listening. I hope this was something informative for you guys. I hope that you could take something from this video and kind of apply it to your daily life. If so, please like, share, subscribe, or comment to my channel. If you would like to be a part of my channel, please feel free to comment with your information, and I'll get back with you, or just contact me directly. yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I hope you guys continue to be blessed. Make sure you continue to follow the social distancing guidelines so we can overcome this thing and get back to our normal lives. And I think that's it. Love you guys. Be safe. Be blessed.